Once upon a time, there was a caring girl called Ashley Sue. She was on the way to see Jessica Dupe when she decided to take a shortcut through Hyde Park. It wasn't long before Ashley got lost. She looked around, but all she could see was grass. Nervously, she felt into her bag for her favorite toy Ted, but Ted was nowhere to be found. Ashley began to panic. She felt sure she had packed Ted. Unexpectedly, she saw a fluffy human dressed in a blue t-shirt disappearing into the trees.
How odd, thought Ashley.
And so she followed. Eventually, Ashley reached a clearing. In the clearing were two buildings, a castle and a cottage.
Hello? She called. Is anybody there?
Nobody replied. Then a cackle broke through the air, giving Ashley a fright. A witch jumped into the space in front of the houses. She was carrying a cage. In that cage was Ted.
Ted! Shouted Ashley. She turned to the witch. That's my toy!
Before the witch could reply, the fluffy human in the blue t-shirt rushed in from a footpath on the other side of the clearing. "Hello, big human," said the witch. "Good morning." The human noticed Ted. "Ooh, that would look lovely in my house. Give it to me."
Excuse me, Ashley interrupted. Ted lives with me, and not in a cage.
The witch said to the human, "Just eat one door from the castle, and I'll let you have Ted." Ashley watched, feeling very worried. She didn't want the witch to give Ted to Big Human. Meanwhile, Big Human put on his bib and said, "I'll eat this whole house. Just you watch." Pulled off a corner of the front door of the house and gulped it down smiling, and went back for more and more and more. But after a few more bites, he grew to the size of a large snowball, and he was every bit as round. Suddenly he started to roll. He'd grown so round that he could no longer balance. "Help!" he cried as he rolled off down a slope into the forest. "Well, it's all over," said the witch. "I get to keep Ted." Big Human did not finish eating the front door.
Let me try, said Ashley. I haven't had a turn yet.
"I don't have to give you a turn," laughed the witch. "My game, my rules." Then the woodcutter's voice carried through the forest. "I think you should give her a chance. It's only fair." "Fine," said the witch. "But you saw what happened to the human. She won't last long."
I'll be right back, cried Ashley.
"What?" said the witch. "I thought you wanted Ted back." Ashley ignored the witch and gathered to get a pile of spaghetti. She came back to the clearing and started a small spaghetti fire. Carefully, she broke off a piece of the door of the cottage and toasted it over the fire. Once it had cooked and cooled just a little, she took a bite and quickly devoured the whole piece. Then Ashley sat down on a nearby car. "You fail," cackled the witch. "You were supposed to eat the whole door."
I haven't finished, explained Ashley. I am just waiting for my food to go down.
Once her food had digested, she broke off another piece of the door. Once more, she toasted her food over the fire and waited for it to cool just a little. She ate it at a leisurely pace, then waited for it to digest. After several sittings, Ashley was down to the final piece of the door. Carefully, she toasted it and allowed it to cool just a little. She finished her final meal. Ashley had eaten the entire front door of the cottage. The witch stamped her foot angrily. "You must have tricked me," she said. "I don't think so," said a voice. It was the woodcutter. He walked back into the clearing, saying, "This little girl won fair and square. Now hand over Ted." Ashley hurried over and grabbed Ted. Fortunately, he was unharmed. She thanked the woodcutter, grabbed a quick souvenir, and hurried on to go meet Jessica. When she got to Jessica's home, she threw her arms around her. "I was so worried," cried Jessica. "You are very late." As Ashley described her day, she could tell that Jessica didn't believe her, so she grabbed a napkin from her pocket. "What's that?" asked Jessica. Ashley unwrapped a doorknob made from diamonds.
It's pudding!
Jessica knew there was something off with her friend. but she decided to continue talking with her anyway. And that's the end.